Hi, I'm Alex Innecco and this is ECAI's Musical Encyclopedia. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, please. Today's word is ballad, ballade. Why am I splitting ballad, ballade? Because I live in Brazil. In Brazil we speak Portuguese, and in Portuguese we have the same word for ballad and ballade. And I don't know why on earth I decided I could explain what a ballad or a ballade are, because I can't. So what I'm going to do as a good encyclopedia is I'm going to be sort of a reference section for you. I'm going to reference you to further research so that you at least know what to look for. And ballad, originally ballad, it's one of those terms like motet or symphony that these terms have changed along the centuries. The meaning of what a symphony is has changed along the century. The meaning of a motet has changed along the century. And ballad is the same thing. So with that said, if you're still there, the first time we hear the word ballad is in the 13th century in Europe, where it was a fixed form poem. What is a fixed form poem? It's a poem that has a strict form. For example, a sonnet is easy to spot, because a sonnet is 4 verses, 3 verses, 3 verses, 4, 4, 3, 3, okay? And they rhyme A, B, A, B, A, C, A. So this is a sonnet, and it hasn't changed along the centuries. It may have, but I don't know if it has, okay? The ballad has changed. Even the fixed form has changed. So why do you call it a fixed form? Well, it has had fixed different forms along the centuries too, but the one that became most prevalent is 8-8-8-4. So 8 verses, 8 verses, 8 verses, 3 verses. So 8-8-8-4. And the music written to accompany that poem is also called a ballade. Okay, especially in French. Okay. So this is the first time that we hear it with the troubadours and the trouvères in Europe. Okay, so medieval music. Sometimes it was the poems were set to music. Sometimes it was music that was written to be danced between the verses. Oh man, talk about confusing, huh? And then, so there's that ballad. Then there's the sentimental ballad, which is kind of stylized storytelling in the 19th and 20th century, and it has spread along all genres. So if you think of jazz, pop, rock and roll, everybody has done sentimental ballads. Okay, so you have to go into that to understand what a sentimental ballad is within each of these genres. What they have in common is storytelling, and generally they are melancholic, so they are in a softer mood, okay? And finally, there is the ballade, the Chopin ballade, for example. Has Chopin written words to that? No. He only evokes that mood, like he has in the Nocturne, which is a piece for the night. When he says a ballade, when he thinks of a ballade, he wants the listener to evoke that mood, that melancholic mood. So the Chopin ballades or the Brahms ballades, they are lyrical, they are romantic, okay? Complicated, eh? So all I wanted now is to point you to some directions and to comfort you, because if you don't know what a ballad is, many people don't know also, and I don't, okay? So ballad, ballade, wow, amazing, confusing.